Get ready for a quick, flavorful dish, pasta with Italian sausage and broccoli. With just a few ingredients and bold, delicious flavors, it's the perfect go-to meal. Join me in the kitchen and let's make your next favorite dinner. Okay, for this recipe, we're gonna start off by just sauteing our onions. We're gonna add a little bit of avocado oil or olive oil to the pan. And the reason I'm using avocado oil is because it has a high smoke point. Now, a smoke point is when something burns. If you use something like olive oil, it's gonna burn easily and it'll start smoking, hence the word smoke point. I recommend using avocado oil. It's healthier and it won't burn as easily. So to this, we're gonna add about a half of a very large onion. If you're using a medium onion, you're just gonna wanna use 1.5. And we're just gonna saute these until they're softened or translucent. All right, all onions are done, so all we're gonna do is we're gonna lower our heat and add a 6-ounce can of tomato paste. Then we're just gonna incorporate that into the onions. Then we'll raise our heat again and add 1 pound of Italian sausage. And then we're going to go ahead and mash up our meat. We're going to cook this meat until it is brown and you see no raw meat anywhere in the sausage. You're also going to notice at the bottom of this pan, you'll see what you'd call burnt excess food. But what this stuff is called is actually fond. And fond is a really good layer that you want to scrape off. That is all that excess flavor from the sausage and everything else you'd cook with. So you're gonna wanna make sure you scrape that off at the bottom of your pan. It's gonna make your dish taste that much better. Our Italian sausage is finished cooking now, and we are going to add our next ingredients. To this, we're going to lower our heat and add 2 cloves of garlic, 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. You can add more or less of this, depending on how spicy you like your meal, and a 1/4 cup of chicken stock. We're gonna combine all these ingredients into our meat. And then you're just gonna let this mixture cook for about 1 minute, just to let all those flavors be absorbed by the sausage. And all I'm gonna do on the side here is I'm gonna chop some parsley. And now to this, we're going to add our herbs. We're gonna add 2 ounces of parsley, 2 ounces of fresh or dried basil. I really do prefer using fresh basil, but this is what we had on hand, so we're gonna make it work. But if you have fresh basil or you're in the supermarket, well, that's what you're gonna wanna get. Now all we're gonna do is lower our heat and stir in the ingredients. Make sure you blanch that broccoli, put it in an ice bath, drain it, and set it aside for later. Now we're gonna add 2 pounds of broccoli or broccoli rabe and 1 pound of horchata pasta, or I'm using a small shell pasta. We're gonna stir all these ingredients, try to get everything coated. Now let's get this plated up. We're gonna get this into a bowl. And then we're going to add a little bit of grated Pecorino Romano cheese or Parmesan. Now let's give this a taste. This is a very quick, it's very easy, and it requires very minimal ingredients. And it turns out an amazing dish. But I think the real thing is in that Italian sausage with the tomato paste and all the herbs we added into it. And the broccoli adds a nice texture element while adding a little bit of your vegetables, but it's not too crunchy because we blanched the broccoli earlier. So, if you enjoyed this recipe, smash that like button, subscribe to my community, and we'll see you on the next recipe.